Lands and waters may you cross, see mountains white and blue, but on your road, let's not forget the love I have for you.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Shadow of Mordor video walkthrough. This is the final main mission. It is called Mordor in Flames. We are storming the Black Gate, and as you can see, 300 feet in front of us is the site of a pretty big battle, which will no doubt be considerably larger on next generation, or current generation. This is the first talent of the Hand, and if you think about his name, you probably can guess there's more than one. So all of those symbols represent different, unique people in this army, and you have to fell all 5 of them to get to the next sequence. And of course, I'm on a Caragor, so I'm going to exploit the fact you can do things like this, which I can't remember the first game that let you mount something and just ride in a circle slamming enemies, but I'm sure it was really funny, because it seems to be a godly strategy. But of course, a couple of these captains have the ability to not take damage from mounted attacks, which doesn't help. But we have a lot of people coming together. I'm probably going to dismount. Oh, interesting, into a unique execution. But it didn't kill him because he wasn't vulnerable to it. Some of them are, and that is one of the more unique ways to kill captains. If he's susceptible to Caragor executions, you can do that stuff from some crazy ranges. It's really fun. But here's this guy. We cannot jump over his shield, so we're unable to do that to him, which makes him a little bit trickier than the ones before. So I'm going to fire an arrow at him to see if I can hit him with ranged. Oh, there's his little charge. And is he immune? I think he took damage there, so I think we can do that. We just can't do the jumping stuff. So he can be jumped over. There is the... I have no idea what's going on. Getting hit by spears. But at this point, you know, everybody's going to be fighting their own way. It's all going to be very similar because you only have a handful of moves, and it's just the game is chaining them together in a way that works for you. So a couple of people are dropping, a couple of people are dying, and I really like how it notifies you what's happening on the battlefield, but I really don't like how it freezes the gameplay and makes it a vignette. And somebody mentioned in a comment that Assassin's Creed did that thing before this game, and they're very... You know, they're spot on with that observation, and I completely just blanked on it. And it was bad there, and it's bad here, and I can understand it a little bit in Assassin's Creed, because half the time you kind of talk to them, don't you, in that funny place where everything's just loading screen, and then after you've talked to them and they sound like the nicest person on the planet, you get over the fact you've just shivved them, and then he moves on and he shivs somebody else, and it's just that linear sequence of historical shivs. It's like some kind of fucking prison documentary of Medieval 24. But here, all it does is hurt the player, because it enables them to get away, and when the orcs get away, it makes them more powerful, because they flee, and they get better, they challenge somebody else, and potentially they could come back in a couple of hours down the line really strong and kill you. And whereas I think that's an amazing idea, and it's a great piece of programming they've got working for themselves, which... If you don't see other developers copying the Nemesis system, there is something wrong with today's developers. It's too good not to have a different iteration turn up somewhere else. A lot of people seem to see that as a bad thing when devs use other people's ideas and take their ideas and change them and rebrand them and remake them. That's essentially the progression of every industry. It's about the inspiration, it's about other people treading forward and making things easier, and then you changing them and making them your own by, you know, reinventing. And just look at Doom. Not a single first-person shooter would be the way it is today if not for Doom, and then games like Wolfenstein and those early ones. And they've come a long way, so just imagine right now we're witnessing the inception of this Nemesis system that might have had something very similar before on a really eclectic game that's not getting its dues. But just imagine the time it took us to get to where we are in first-person shooters, where we're kind of sick of them because we've done everything repeatedly, to where the Nemesis system will be in 10 years. It's really exciting when you think about it, as I take another hit there that could have been fatal, but I recover because the game allows you to. I don't seem to have the ability to kill after that, I don't think. but don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I played this game. Too many games at this moment in time. It's wonderful to have so many things to be doing. Because the channel at this point was covering a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover rather than I had to cover, and as much as I'm the type of person who goes against the grain every so often because I'm not going to cover something I don't like, I still feel the pressure of the new titles. And there's always a compromise there where I'm not going to release a guide insanely quick and know nothing about the game, because I just don't believe in it. Which is why you haven't seen any footage from Dragon Age, because this is a game that demands too much respect, and I am far too new to it to put anything up and tell you how to do anything, because I don't know how to do anything myself yet. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm learning a lot. I've learned from a lot of mistakes. I've got to the point now where I feel really powerful, and the game's just transitioned, so I'm probably going to feel really weak again. But there is often that pressure of trying to get the projects up as fast as possible, and I've already explained my logic on that and what I do and how it's working for me, and it's working really well at the moment. Dragon Age is one of those where I don't think it really makes a difference when I put the videos up at this point, so I'm going to focus on covering it the way I want to and making a really, really good job of it. So if people do stumble across them in the search engine after all the Rad Brads and the fucking Ghost Robos and all the other people making videos, if they do stumble upon mine, they'll know that they've stumbled upon quality and something hopefully a little different. Which, isn't that what we all aspire for, to set ourselves free from the crowd? Yeah. We all intrinsically do the same thing. Maybe it's collective insanity, some kind of mass hysteria. I don't know. But I'm really excited to bring the new stuff, and Kingdom Hearts will be featuring on the channel very shortly. I will be putting the Splinter Cell stuff on a little bit of a hiatus. It will not be stopped, it'll just be slowed. And Kingdom Hearts will take its place. But those videos are doing really well. There's clearly an audience for them, and I'm enjoying playing them, so don't worry, they will continue. They'll just not be as frequent, because Smash is going to be on the channel quite a lot, so too is Kingdom Hearts, so too is this, and whatever else happens to just take me by surprise. But there you go, folks. That is the end of Shadow of Mordor. I didn't show you the cutscene with the quick times because it's absolutely horrendous, and the dude looks so goddamn awesome, and he's wasted. So maybe there'll be DLC where we get to play as him, or we get to actually kill him in a fight rather than watch him kill himself and blah blah blah, turn into Sauron nonsense, don't care. But that's the end, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you if you subscribed and you're enjoying the stuff. Just thank you for taking the time. It's one of those things where you really didn't have to, and if you've made it this far and you're enjoying it, it means I'm doing something right, and hopefully you'll be there to see the next time I do something right. So yeah, you take care now.